Magnets are of two types. I'm very sure about it. And today we are going to discuss about it also. A very good morning, all of you, my dear students. We are going to discuss about magnetic types. How many types of magnets are there? So depending upon the uh, retention of magnetic properties, how long it's going to behave like a magnet, magnets are divided into two types. Okay, and they are temporary and permanent. Let's understand what is the difference between these two magnets. Okay, so the permanent magnet will have magnetic properties permanently, as is clear by the name, and temporary magnet will have it temporarily. Okay, then they have, the permanent ones have their fixed north and south pole because they are not going to change, they are permanent. But in temporary magnets, the poles can be changed later on. Okay, so they are also temporary, the poles are also temporary. It's usually made of steel. A permanent magnet is usually made of steel, whereas a temporary magnet is usually made up of soft iron. Okay, because they help to gain that magnetic property very quickly, soft iron. Okay, then its strength is fixed. A permanent magnet's strength is fixed, whereas a temporary magnet's strength keep on changing. Okay, okay. So these are the four basic differences of the two types of electromagnets. And now electromagnets is the third type of magnet which can either be temporary or permanent. Okay, depending upon the material of core. If a soft iron piece is taken as a core, we get a temporary electromagnet, whereas if a piece of steel is taken as the core, we get a permanent electromagnet, because steel's uh, constituent particles of steel are way more tough and rigid and fixed together and strong. So once they are converted and start behaving like a magnet, they retain that property for an extended period of time. Soft iron cores constituent particles are also flexible, easy to move. So they quickly behave like a magnet, start behaving like a magnet very quickly. But they also loses that magnetic property quickly, है ना, rapidly. So uses of magnet. Now let's see a few uses of, in our previous video we saw the uses of electromagnets. Similarly, let's see a few uses of these type of magnets. Okay, general magnets. The various uses of magnets are as follows. The very first one is magnets are used in making a magnetic compass for finding directions, magnetic toys, and magnetic stickers. As you have seen on fridges and everywhere, we keep on sticking some stickers. Magnetic stickers are there, and magnetic toys are there. Chess, ludos are made with magnetic pedals so that they don't move. You can play it even in trains. We had a magnetic chess when we were uh, kids. We used to play it in the trains. Magnetic toys are there. Okay, so these are the uses of magnet. Magnets are used in refrigerator doors. You must have observed this, that when you will leave that door just a few microcentimeters or millimeters away, it will get automatically pulled, right, and closes. If the fridge is new, obviously it becomes old, then that also becomes lazy, that don't loses some magnetic property. Okay, then electricity meters and pencil box. Electricity meters, there is magnets. uh, I don't know what they do. They must help in keeping the reading. And pencil boxes also we have observed. There are magnets given so that it closes evenly. Magnetic tapes. Okay. Plastic tapes coated with magnetic material are used in computers to store information. Magnetic tapes must be there. We have also heard that magnetic stripe is there in the ATM cards. So similarly, magnetic tapes, plastic tapes coated with magnetic materials are there, used in computers to store information. That's also a very interesting thing. Magnets are used in dynamos of bicycle and automobiles. As we discussed little bit, that the magnetism, the phenomenon, this energy can be used even to produce electricity by the use of dynamos. The generators, they are kept in our houses now. They are simply an engine runs on petrol or diesel, and it simply gives us electricity. How does it happen? A magnetic relation happens, take place there. I don't want to go into depth of it, how it is exactly produced. But similarly, as a wire carrying electricity is producing magnetic field, similarly if you will produce that magnetic field some other way, that energy, then electricity also starts passing through the wire. It's very interesting. We will explore it in our higher classes. But that type of machine is also used in bicycles. When I was a kid, I used to see those type of bicycles a lot. A big light was there, and a dynamo was fixed near the tire, rear wheel, and when the cycle was pedaled, when it was moving, a wire, a dynamo that was fixed there, and it was joined with a wire to the ball, and the ball starts glowing. Okay, if the switch is on, that was very interesting. These are used nowadays also. Okay, bicycles and automobiles can do this. Magnets are used in bulletin boards. Bulletin boards are those boards. If you have seen on airports, है ना, there are bulletin boards on which the names are written, and whenever a specific flight or a specific time you have to indicate, that board flips, and the alphabets and the numbers which are written there are also changed accordingly. So that's also where it is used. Now, a very interesting thing is that demagnetization of a permanent magnet can also be done. Okay, it's also very important for us to understand everything about whatever we are reading. Okay, so a very important aspect of this is how to demagnetize a magnet. The magnetic properties of magnets can be destroyed by the following ways. The very first and very obvious is heating the magnet to a very high temperature. Obviously, just like destroying any other thing, we can also destroy magnets by heating it with up to an extended rate of temperature. Depending, dropping the magnet frequently. If you will keep dropping a magnet frequently, it will slowly, eventually it will lose its magnetic properties. Okay, because the particles will all change their direction. Hammering the magnet repeatedly, just like dropping, if you will keep on hammering the magnet repeatedly again and again and again and again and again and again, it will eventually lose its magnetic property. It will take time. That's why I have said so much again. Okay. Bringing the magnet in contact with the like poles to other magnets repeatedly. If you will bring two like poles of a magnet repeatedly, they will repel each other, but again and again and again and again and again they will lose their magnetic property. Okay, then passing electric current through the magnet. If you will pass electric current through the magnet, then also it will lose its magnetic properties, because electricity and magnetism are so much affected by each other. Okay, leaving the poles of magnets bare for a long time. If you will simply leave it bare, open for a long time, it may also lose its magnetic property. This is called self degeneration of a magnet. If you will not do nothing, if you will simply keep a magnet there and forget about it, after very long time it may lose all its magnetic properties. So how to take care of them? We don't have to let them fall, we don't have to heat them up to an extent, we don't have to leave it as it is, we don't have to let electricity pass through it. Then how can we take care of magnet if we want to keep it for an extended period of time? How should we keep it? Let's say magnets should be stored along with magnetic keepers to avoid self degeneration. Now, what is a magnetic keeper? Bar magnets should be kept in pair with their opposite poles lying side by side. As you can see in that picture which is given in your book on page number 102, two magnets are laid down side by side, north pole that side, then in this one north pole this side. Okay, so that the opposite poles are kept together. The attraction will maintained for while it is kept. Okay, side by side. A piece of wood should be kept between them, and two soft iron pieces called the keepers should be placed at the poles as shown in the figure. Okay, a horseshoe shaped magnet needs only one keeper, obviously, because both of their poles are at one point also only. So this way you keep it. Okay, you keep a keeper which is a soft iron piece, and then a piece of wood in between those two magnets. Those two magnets must be reversed, the poles should be on either side, and then one keeper this side, just like shown in this picture, है ना? And then when you will keep it, all the properties of magnets will be preserved and ready for use whenever you need it. I hope this chapter was interesting for all of you and you understood everything related to magnets. And if there is any confusion regarding anything in any chapter, because annual exams are approaching, please let me know in the comment section so that we can discuss about it, discuss it, talk about it, and come to the conclusion. Thank you very much for watching this video till here. Have a nice day.